Good afternoon to everyone. Welcome and thank you for joining us today. I'm Nadeem, Business Manager from ITTStar. I'll be your moderator for this session on Amazon Q. Now, Amazon's powerful new Gen AI assistant designed to supercharge productivity, enhance decision-making, and support developers and business users across the organization. So let me introduce to our speaker. We have Nihita, who is an Associate Solution Architect at AWS India, where she designs secure and scalable cloud solutions for softwares and financial services organizations. And she expertises in Gen AI and machine learning. She builds AI-driven workflow and help customers accelerate AI adoption and business modernizing. Outside of work, she enjoys music and cooking. And we have Manisha, who is an associate solution architect working with AWS since November 2024. She works with the SMB segment, helping thousands of customers design resilient, secure, and scalable solutions. She loves her jobs, and beside that, she loves staying fit by indulging in outdoor sports activities. Now, from ITTStar, we have Karthik and Mr. Nanda Reddy. Karthik is a full-stack developer at ITTStar, specialized in mobile application development with a focus on Android and hybrid apps. Recently, Karthik been working on applying Gen AI to both web and mobile solutions, bringing innovation to real-world applications. And his hobbies are like reading tech news and traveling. That's what we can expect from a developer. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Nanda Reddy, CEO and co-founder of ITTStar, a seasoned tech entrepreneur. Nanda has led ITTStar to become a key player in AI, cloud, and data transformation. He combines innovation with purpose, helping organizations worldwide succeed in digital era. And he likes playing a game of chess, a passion that reflects his strategic mindset and loves for thoughtful problem solving. Now, before I hand over to Mike to Nanda, don't forget, guys, that we have a fun quiz at the end of the session, testing your attention, knowledge from today's talk, and stand a chance to win Amazon gift vouchers. So stay tuned, take note, and you might walk away with more than just inspiration today. Over to you, Nanda.
Thank you, Nadeem.
Thank you.
Hello all. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nanda Reddy. I'm the founder and CEO of ITTStar. We founded this company in 2012, keeping the vast Indian diaspora coming to US, and then later we pivoted that data and the analytics is the right way to do it. And we've been active since 2016 in the North American market, operating from Atlanta, Georgia. And we have offices in Phoenix, Arizona. And from 2000, we have been expanding our company across the globe. Currently, we are in Europe, Middle East. And last year, we took an initiative to expand our operations in India, keeping AI innovation as the main edge for the future. And we are heavily investing in Indian market. And currently, we are building an infrastructure innovation center near Bangalore North Airport, close to. And we are very excited to come into India market and South Asia and the Middle East from India. And looking forward to work with many of you guys across the markets. And today, I want to thank Amazon for co-hosting this event. And I wanted to thank all the participants, and I want to welcome everyone. And I'm looking forward to work with all of you and most of you. I wanted to really appreciate all the hosts today for doing this event, and I want to welcome everybody again. Thanks a lot. Over to you, Nadeem.
Thank you so much, Nanda, for that warm introduction. Now, yes, starting the session by our AWS speaker, Nihita and Manisha. Nihita, mic is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Nadeem. Let me share my screen. First of all, thank you everyone for joining today's webinar on Amazon Q Developer. So today we'll see about Amazon Q Developer. So Amazon Q Developer is the most capable GenAI powered assistant to accelerate your SDLC, and it's not just the SDLC. You can also leverage your company's internal data and also make best use of the data which you have with the power of GenAI along with Amazon Q. So let's see the agenda of today's webinar. So what we'll be covering is that first we'll be looking at AWS generative AI stack, the generative AI stack we have at AWS, and then we'll be looking at Amazon Q and also the broader products of Amazon Q, that is Amazon Q Business and Amazon Q Developer. And also Q is also integrated into other AWS services as well. We'll be looking at them. And there is other best service that is called AWS Transform. We'll also be looking at this service as well. So let's start the webinar. So if you see, so everywhere in the market or everywhere outside, you hear about generative AI. Yes, the buzz is correct. So if you see, according to Gartner report, so by 2026, more than like 80% of the organizations will be having generative AI apps in their current workloads or applications. So it is no more just the programmatic way of building applications. So agentic AI, generative AI. So Gen AI is everywhere. So it's the time now to start building generative AI applications and automate many things which you are having and make best use of AI which we have. So if you see, in AWS, we have two set of services. One is generative AI services, other is managed AI services. So today, if we talk about AWS generative AI services, this is covered into three layered stack. So if we see, this is covered based on the customer's requirement and the use cases, how customers are coming to us and how we are offering the services according to the customer's use case. So if you see the bottommost layer, it is the infrastructure layer. Let's say if there is a requirement where a customer comes and tells, okay, I wanted to build a model from scratch, I want to deploy it, how can I do that? So for that, if you see, here we have Amazon SageMaker AI. So using that, you can build, train, and deploy the model from scratch. And it's not just that; it has a lot more features from analytics, and like you can also integrate other analysis, and also you can also bring some models from outside and also deploy it in SageMaker. So it has a lot more features. And we also have purpose-built chips as well to run your machine learning workloads. Now we have workloads, but we also thought about why not we build dedicated chips or dedicated GPUs for these workloads. So there we came up with high performance compute chips. Those are AWS Inferentia and AWS Trainium. So with these chips, you can reduce your cost by 50 to 60%, and also you can make your machine learning and deep learning models work even 50 to 60% more efficiently. So that is our infrastructure layer in generative AI stack. So now comes our middlemost layer, that is the tools and models layer. Let's say you have a use case and where you need some Gen AI LLM or Gen AI model to be there and solve that use case. Let's say I have a use case where I need to generate content in my application. So for that, why to build a model from scratch? So for that, we have a service called Amazon Bedrock. So Amazon Bedrock is again a fully managed service. So it provides you with foundational models from leading model providers in the market like Llama, Meta, DeepSeek, Amazon, Anthropic. There are many other model providers. So you can just like use the LLM in your application just like an API call and solve your generative AI use case. So that is the middlemost layer which we have. Now today's discussion is on the topmost layer, that is the applications, generative AI applications which are provided by AWS and which you can like just like use plug and play in your current use cases and current systems. So that is Amazon Q. So we will cover today mostly on Amazon Q Developer, but we'll be also looking what is Amazon Q Business as well. So before that, so you might be wondering like what industry this Amazon Q might suit and all. So Amazon Q is used across various industries. It's not just used by developers, but it's used by various industries like financial services. It's being used. Telecom companies are using it. Healthcare, everywhere it is being used. So if you see in financial services, National Australia Bank. So previously they used to code manually by their developers, but now they're using Amazon Q developer. So because of that, they could increase their productivity, and also the code suggested by Q is being used at a greater rate. So it improved their working efficiency, and also they could deliver new features very faster. So yeah, it is being used across various industries in variety of formats. So if we see this in the manufacturing, we have Jabal. So it was having like 1700 policy documents where it needs to do analysis. So they have used Amazon Q business on top of it, and they analyze the data and they got insights very quickly. Yeah, so these are like variety of use cases which we have. And then comes the question of security. Okay, so again, at the end of the day, Amazon Q is built on top of Amazon Bedrock. So it's again a generative AI application. So you might be having questions. So how secure is this application and how efficient is this? So if we talk about security, so Amazon Q is designed in such a way that it can currently implement the most secure way of accessing it. And also, let's say you have some like fine-grained access for your users, like roles, identities, permissions, and also using Amazon Q, you can implement all those, and you can get that fine-grained access for your users who are accessing your Amazon Q. And also, you might be having about doubt of okay, at the end of the day, it's the models which is functioning in the background. So will they use my data? No, the answer is no. So when you are signing up for Amazon Q Developer Pro or Amazon Q Business, so we never use your data. So data is very secure, and also you don't need to worry about that. So let's talk about Amazon Q Business. So what is Amazon Q Business? So Amazon Q Business is again a generative AI assistant. So what it does is that, okay, maybe I can give you a simple example, so it will be more understandable. So let's say I have a company and my internal employees wants to maybe search some internal data and they want to know insights about this data. But for that, I need to build things from scratch, right? So using Amazon Q Business, what you can do is that you can configure your internal data with the Amazon Q Business application. So it is like a standalone application for you. When you like subscribe to it, you'll get your own Amazon Q Business application. You can attach your internal data to that. Okay, I can go and ask, okay, what are the sales data for last month and where do you think the gaps are there? So it can tell you all this information. And it's not just sitting up on your data and talking about your data. It also has the LLM capabilities to answer generic questions as well. And also there is a feature where you can called plugins, where you can attach your some of the workflows, like ticketing workflows, for example. Let's say you can attach you are currently using Jira for ticketing. So you can attach the Jira workflow into your Amazon Q Business application as a plugin, and then you can create tickets on fly without you manually going to go to the platform and create tickets. So that is there. And also you can build lightweight generative AI applications on top of your Q Business application. Yeah. So there are like lot more benefits of using Amazon Q Business. If you see simple architecture of Amazon Q Business, so like you need to put your you need to attach your data to Q Business. So there are various other data sources are also supported. Currently in this side, there are only few mentioned. So we can see this is maybe RDS, Salesforce, Google Drive is there, S3 is there. Like there are even lot more data sources supported. And you can also implement that fine-grained access as well. Let's say this user is logged in, but you should not, maybe you have a requirement where this user should not access certain part of the data. So then you can also implement that access control using IAM Identity Center, and also along with Q Business certain security capabilities, and then get the fine-grained access management. So all these secured features are there, and also it's generative AI, and also very intelligent assistant which can help you understand your internal data and get the insights. Now comes our other product of Amazon Q, that is the topic of today's discussion, that is Amazon Q Developer. And before proceeding to this, so if you have any questions, please feel free to drop in the chat box. So at the end of the presentation, we'll be taking out the questions and we'll be answering it them. And also please pay attention to the presentation, because at the end we'll be having a quiz, and you can answer it easily if you are paying attention. Okay. So Amazon Q Developer, so it's again a generative AI coding assistant. So it will help you accelerate your SDLC process. So it will help you in each phase of SDLC. So it's not just a coding assistant, it's also integrated into your it's also integrated into your AWS console. It is there. So let's say you wanted to ask, let's say you tried to create an S3 bucket in your console, but you could not do it because of some error. So Amazon Q is there, available there. So you can quickly ask Q what is the issue. It will troubleshoot and it will tell you, okay, this is the issue, and you can do these things to fix it. So it is there in your console, and it is also integrated in your AWS documentation, and it's also integrated into your IDEs like Visual Studio, Eclipse, JetBrains, and it's also available in your terminal as well. That is the CLI. It is also there, and it can be integrated into your console mobile applications, AWS Console One, and it can also be integrated to your Slack and Teams as well. And it's also there in your GitLab. Currently, Amazon Q has an integration with GitLab Duo, and GitHub is also there, and it's in preview currently. So if we see, so these are the phases of our SDLC, right? So initially explore and plan, create, test and secure, review and deploy, and maintain and transform and modernize your code. So if we see, mostly AI assistants or AI coding assistants you might have seen will be helping you with the create phase, just the development of the project or adding new features. But Amazon Q developer is present in every phase of the SDLC. So I'll explain you how that is being done currently. Yeah. So if you see, let's talk about explore and the plan phase. Okay. So maybe I have my project code in my Visual Studio Code, and Amazon Q Developer is there as the plugin is there in the Visual Studio Code. I maybe want to create new features, or maybe I'm thinking to improve my application or my website. So I can ask you, okay, look at the code and tell me where do you think we can improve it? Where do you think we can even refactor it or make it look good or add new things into the application? So Q will help you brainstorm and come up with new features. So that is done. Once that is done, you need to implement it. So for implementing it, you can ask Amazon Q Developer. There are like in Q Developer is like an agentic way of working. It has multiple agents which support you with SDLC process. So with the help of dev agent, you can create the code on fly. It will give you inline coding suggestions as well. Or else you don't want to code, you can just give a prompt and you can ask it to generate code for you. We'll be seeing how it is done in the demos as well today. That is done. Now code is ready. Maybe you want to generate a unit test case. That also you don't need to worry. You can simply ask you to generate a unit test case for your application. So Q will go and generate you unit test case files. Now everything is ready, from code files to test files. Now the step is to review your code. So it will, with help of Q's review agent, it can review your code for refactoring gaps, and also for any security vulnerabilities which are there in the code. So it will review that. And it's not just review, it can also fix your recommendations after the review phase. So these capabilities are there. It's not just that, and also you can also generate documentations, README files, API documentations for your code. Now this all phases are done. Okay, now the application you are having, maybe you are having an application from legacy Java code. Maybe it can be Java 8. You wanted to migrate it to Java 17. It might take days of time really to like map every dependency to the new dependency and upgrade the packages and all. So you don't need to worry about that. So when you have Amazon Q developer transform feature, so it will quickly, within minutes to hours, it will transform your code from legacy Java versions to new versions. And it also can transform your .NET from older to newer versions. So it is supported that way. And yeah, I was talking about this integration. So Amazon Q Developer is integrated into GitLab Duo, and currently it's also integrated into Amazon Q. Amazon Q Developer is integrated into GitHub as well. So in GitHub currently it's in preview, but it will be soon in the production as well. So what will happen is that you let's say you have your GitHub repository. Maybe you wanted to create a new issue, or else maybe some existing issue is there. You want to write some code and then merge that request. So previously you used to do it manually. Maybe you need to clone it and then fix things and then upload it and then raise the PR and all. Now with the help of Q, you can quickly write the code, you can quickly write the test cases, and you can quickly analyze the issue and fix it. So it is just the prompting you need to do to Q developer, and Q developer does things for you. So we'll also quickly see a demo on the same to understand better how Q developer works in GitHub. It's very simple to use. Now we'll see the demo. We'll understand it. Yeah, so you might have seen how branches and on fly create the review the code and then raise the PR request. Like it's really simple to use Q developer anywhere, like in either in your IDE, terminal, or in GitHub or GitLab. So it's that simple. So this is about Q developer on a high level. So now I would hand over the presentation to Manisha. So she will be covering about how Q is integrated into other services, and she'll be showing the demos as well.
Thank you so much, Neeta, for covering all the capabilities that we have with Amazon Q Developer. Can you please mute yourself? There's a echo. So yeah, as Neeta showed about Amazon Q Developer and how it helps the developers improve their productivity at each stage of the software development lifecycle. So not just that, we have other integrations also, like with Amazon Q. So it is integrated in QuickSight, as you can see on screen. It is integrated in Connect, and it is integrated in supply chain. So I will talk about these, how it helps in each of these one by one. So here, talking about Q in QuickSight. So QuickSight is the Amazon service where you can, build interactive dashboards, so like visual dashboards, and they can be used for analytics and all those things. So now with Q in QuickSight, it helps the business analysts to, simply use natural language prompts to build. So earlier you used to have the data set, you need to select the fields that you want for whatever visual that you want to create. But now with Amazon Q integration and the build visual feature, just with simple natural language prompts, you just need to give that build me a this graph, build me a bar graph, or build me a line chart of these two fields, like maybe time versus whatever the spend or whatever the spend the company had. So with that, simply with the natural language prompt, you can build visuals. So it reduces the time, not just to build the visuals, but for the analysis also. So that way it helps in QuickSight. So let me just show you in the next screen. So you can see some graphs. So these are built. So there's a build visual feature. So if you see, there's a space where you can just simply enter the prompt, and it will just insert those create those graphs, and you can simply click on the insert, and it will insert those graphs into your dashboard. So not just build the visuals, you can create executive summaries for this. You can create the summaries for this graphs. You can create some stories around your dashboard, and then you can use it to publish it. So it really reduces the time in creating those dashboards. And also, I missed one thing, that it helps you answer the questions also about your data. So whatever you do not need to manually analyze things, you can simply ask Amazon Q in QuickSight and it will do everything for you. So that is Amazon Q in QuickSight. We have Amazon Q in Connect also. So in Connect, it helps with the agents. It helps with the personalized recommendations, to give those recommendations faster. So based on whatever the conversation history with the agent has been, so based on that, it just simply checks whatever the recommendations are needed. So it helps with those quick recommendations in Amazon Connect. And this way, it helps in solving the issues in real time and quickly. So the real time personalized recommendations really help with the time, and also the kind of responses at the end that you will get. So whatever the conversation history has been, so based on that, it will quickly analyze and give the recommendations. So that is how, as you can see on screen also, Amazon Q in Connect, you can simply enable that and it will answer like based on the history, it will help you give the recommendations at the end. So yeah, and that is about Amazon Q in Connect. Then we have the integration of Amazon Q in supply chain also. So here it helps the managers or supply chain, whatever the planners are. So with the real-time data insights, it helps them forecast and based on the trends, highlight the trends rather than, again, manually seeing it. And whatever the operational and financial performance on the supply chain has been. So along with the trends, it helps provide those inputs also. So this way, in the entire helps streamline the entire supply chain process also, because just imagine you have a generative AI powered assistant over here, which is, Amazon Q, which is such a powerful agent. So it will help you forecast the trends and make the predictions. So it really helps in the supply chain entire procedure. So yeah, it is integrated in the supply chain. Next up, we will talk about AWS Transform. So AWS Transform is the agentic AI service for for the modernization of the VMware, mainframe, and .NET workloads. So as you can see on the screen also, so we have the agents for these three types. So the VMware agent, the mainframe agent, and the .NET agent. I will talk about each one of them. Yeah. So yeah, it helps in the end-to-end automation whenever you're transforming from your legacy code to the latest versions. And there is a human in the loop capability also, so that really helps. Let's talk about the agents one by one. So first up, the AWS Transform agent for VMware. So it helps you modernize your VMware workloads to AWS EC2 and enhance the security, scalability, and in turn drive the innovation with the 200 plus AWS services that are available. So it helps you modernize your existing VMware workloads. So step by step, if you see on the next screen. Yeah. This webinar is being recorded. Okay, yeah. So let's talk about the VMware migration agent. So let's talk about the VMware migration agent. 1 minute. Yeah. Sorry for that. I think there was an echo. So yeah, talking about the VMware migration agent at each step. So like this is the step-by-step transformation journey. So once you connect to your VMware environment, the agent will help you analyze the workloads, check the dependencies, and then convert whatever the VMware networking configurations are to AWS native configurations, and then help deploy those. So as I was talking about human in loop also, so if you see at step number 5, validate with your team and then execute the modernization journey. Then talking about similarly, there is a transformation agent for mainframe workloads. So it helps you automate that entire transformation process for the mainframe workloads also. So yeah, helps you refactor the millions of lines of code to Java in minutes. So that is what it's pretty much the same, just that it is for the mainframe workloads. And similarly, across the journey, how that agent will help is first first off with the code analysis, then with the document generation, decomposition, and then the migration, refactoring, and then testing and deploy. So that is how the Amazon Transform agent for a mainframe workload helps. And then we have the transformation agent for .NET, which helps you migrate your .NET applications and modernize them when moving to AWS. And yeah, just talking more about the .NET framework, as you can see on screen, how the journey actually is, helps you analyze the code and transform, and at the end, the human in loop. After that, like this way, you can migrate, modernize your .NET to Linux ready applications. So that is pretty much about the other integrations of Amazon Q, apart from the AWS console, the IDEs, GitHub, GitLab that we were talking about. So that is pretty much we wanted to talk content-wise. I will show a small demo of how the integration ID looks like and how the CLI, Amazon Q in CLI looks like. So let me just reshare. I think I'll share my entire screen. So yeah, can you please confirm again if the
Yes.
Visual Studio Code is visible?
Yes.
So yeah, okay, thank you. So on my screen, what I have is the Visual Studio Code, and if you see the Amazon Q integration is there, you just need to simply install it. I already have it installed. So this is my workspace. Like this is a simple project that I have with me. So I will go to Amazon Q extension and I will show you. So if you see at the bottom, so there is a turn off agentic coding, and like this newly came up feature, which is the agentic coding experience. So I will show you what all agents are available. So if you see, there are these 5 agents that are available: /dev, test, review, doc, and transform. I will talk about each one of them one by one and how each one of them helps. So yeah, for that, let me just okay. So first of all, let me ask, because just for example, if I don't know, yeah. So I am just taking assistant from the agent itself, what all capabilities it provides. So if you see the development assistant, it will help you with the code generation and bug fixes. Yeah. And then there is this testing agent that we have. So all this is again like which Nita showed in the content, how at each phase of the SDLC Amazon Q can help. So these are different agents which can help with a specific use cases. If you turn it off also, if you ask a specific query, it will work, but with this it is more streamlined and you will get more accurate responses. So yeah, the testing assistant, it helps you generate use cases, create integration tests, and test the like again all about your testing journey. And then the documentation assistant helps you create your readme file, update those readme files, create API documentations. And then the code review agent helps in the security vulnerability scanning and the best practices review. And yeah, I think there is transform agent also, it's not included here, no worries. So let's talk about, I will just use the doc agent and I will tell it to maybe create a readme file, generate a readme file. Let me select my workspace. Yeah. So I'm telling it to create a readme file for my project. Yeah. What is it saying? One second. is it not working? Wait a minute.
There you can type in the chat box to just generate README file for the project, as
Yeah,
the
I
agent
think,
is active now. Yeah.
yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I think agent is turned on, so it will do it. So yeah, meanwhile, this is working, Amazon Q is working in the background. So you can see like this README file creation is in progress. So similarly, it can help you create the use cases also. So let me just ask it to generate, maybe unit test cases for one of my file, which is demo.py. So it will take some time. So yeah. So yeah, the agent is, yeah. So it has created the README file. So I will just show you. So yeah, these are the key sections which are there in the README file. And yeah, let me just show you. So if you see, the README file is created by the agent, and this is all that it has. So it has all about the features, the prerequisites that you need for this code, the dependencies that you need to install, and the structure and all the things. So see how powerful the agent is. So yeah, the README file is done. Let me show you. It helps if it helps creating the unit test cases. So yeah, it created this file test_demo.python. I just asked it, like I just gave a simple prompt, and it created it for these functions which are there in the code. So let me show that also to you. So yeah, this is the unit test case file which it created. So if you see, for each function it has created. Yeah. So that's about it. Simply I can ask it to refactor the code. That will take time. Maybe I can review something. Maybe I can do a review for review the entire code instead of the active file. Let me just ask for the entire. So yeah, this is how the different agents in Amazon Q, in the extension, in the ID, they work like. So that's about it. Meanwhile, it is giving me some suggestions. I can also go and show the Amazon Q CLI. So in this terminal, I already have the CLI installed. So let me just type Q. Even if I simply type Q or Q chat, that will come up. So you can see the Amazon Q CLI is there. And let me just see. I don't know the commands maybe. So I am asking it. So these are the commands that are available with the Q CLI. So I can show you the models maybe. So yeah. So these are the two models. Currently it is using Claude for Sonnet. You can also switch to Claude 3.7. So yeah. Here I can ask it to build simple applications and then deploy those applications. So let me just do one on the fly. Maybe I can ask it to build me a book selling website. So yeah. Meanwhile, this is doing it. It is thinking. Let me just go back and show. Okay, that one is still reviewing the code. So yeah, it will take time. So yeah, let's see. So it created the HTML. I am just trusting this action. So yeah, meanwhile, yeah, this is created. Let's just wait. Or if anyone has any questions, you can post in the chat. Maybe we can take up the questions also. Meanwhile, this is in progress. So yeah, just with simple prompts, see how powerful the agent is, that you can build applications, and maybe I can ask it, run the website for me. Yeah, so it will start it on the local server. I am trusting the action. Let's see, this also takes time. Oh, it is still reviewing the code. So after the code is reviewed, I'll just show you. So it just, whatever the issues in the code are, so it just points it out here, and you can not just, you can, help fix also. So for example, this issue. Yeah, here. So if I click on, yeah. So if I click on fix, like I do not want to change this code right now, but it can help you fix the issues in your code also. So that is how the integration in IDEs works like. And going back to the terminal, ask it to run the application again. Yeah, so it is starting the local server. Okay, not sure. Okay. Okay, looks like there is some issue, but yeah, overall it would have spinned up the application, and you could see, okay, yesterday only I tested this, maybe. Yeah, so I mean, just to show the capabilities, I think this is enough anyways. The partner ITTStar team is going to show the demo. So that is pretty much I wanted to cover about Amazon Q developer, the different integrations, and how the integration ID and the agent works like. Now I will hand it over for the next demo. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Manisha and Nihita, for that valuable inputs. Now it's time to have some visual experience via demo by our team member, Karthik. Karthik, over to you.
Thank you, Nadim. Hello, everyone. Considering the little amount of time we have, let's just jump straight into the demo. And before we start the demo, I would like to talk about the prerequisites for the Amazon Q to work. So first, you would need an IDE, preferably Visual Code or JetBrains, and a plugin or extension installed and authenticated within the IDE. Then for this session, I have recorded the whole process of where like the Amazon Q is helping us to develop the whole application with just a simple prompt, so that we don't go beyond the stipulated time. So let me just share my screen, and I'll also be walking through the video. So as you can see in the video, here in the chat window, I'm just going to add a prompt. And while the queue processes this request or the prompt, you'll just talk about the problem statement and the solution, what we're trying to create. And let's just continue with the video. So while the queue is processing, let me just talk about the problem solution. So this solution we are creating for one of our client who is from a law firm, whose work involves a lot of documents and never-ending paperwork. Though these are digitized, remembering or identifying or like even like discovering new key points is very time consuming, and it is a very tedious task. So with the help of Q, we are trying to create an application which will be able to read files from the S3, index these using open search, and also will be able to answer these questions in a smart, intelligent, in a natural tone. So as you can see now, the video, all the required files are being generated. Even the requirement.txt is being generated, the dependencies that we'll be needing for this application to work. And few of the files and the codes are being generated right now. And also we have asked Q's help to deploy this infrastructure and the complete application. So that is what we are seeing right now. Normally this would take quite a lot of time, maybe 30 minutes or so. So we will be just skipping through and fast forwarding it to the when the application is ready and good to go. As you can see, I'm just going to run the deploy.sh after giving it some permissions. So once the deployment phase starts, we will just be skipping. So once the application is deployed, simple command that is Python and the application or the script name. I'm just going to start the application, which will start the application in a browser. As you can see now, the application has been started and it is visible on the browser. So we'll just go through the features what the Amazon Q has developed for us. So it has 3 sections here. One is the document section where all the list of available files in the S3 will be displayed. And the next we have the index section. So in case if we have multiple files or like new files coming in the S3, or in case the prompt after the prompt, the response what you're expecting is a little bit irrelevant or like confusing, we can just always go back to indexing those files again. So here I'm going to select the property case file and click on index. And the indexing will take some considerable amount of time depending on the content the document has. So I'm just going to speed it up. And also in the background, you can see like how the file is being like extra indexed and extracted, and in chunks it is being indexed again. And with a simple log, we can observe all this happening behind the scenes. And once that is successfully indexed, we are going to get a message. Now, finally, for the last part where we are going to ask questions, here I'm going to ask what is this case about to understand the context of the case we're dealing with. And here the application has responded in a more natural and a smart way, saying, giving us the details about the case, and also let us ask who are the defendants in this case. So it has given us 2 names. One is a special land acquisition officer, and another one, it has labeled them as another, but it presumes that it is BBMP in the last line. So that is what it says. And finally, we can just ask another question. We can just check if the appellant won this case. And the response is yes. He has been awarded a compensation of 3,000 earlier, where it was 1,653. And with this, to enhance this existing solution with a few more features, or a single feature, that is. So I'm going to ask the Amazon Q to add a feature where I can upload files from the UI directly into the S3. So I'll be just switching to the IDE again. So here I'm just going to paste the prompt where I'm going to ask the queue again to ask a feature to upload files directly into the S3. So once that is done, I'm just going to hit enter, and let's wait for the queue to do its magic. Even with the simple prompt, it is able to understand the context, and it is also able to identify where the code lies without having us to point out. So once that is done, we can readily see that option available here. Another new section has been added, that is upload file. So now let's see to upload a file into the S3. Here I'll be selecting a file called dental record. Then I'll be clicking on the upload button. So once that is done, we should be able to see the document right here. And with that, I would like to conclude by talking about the key takeaways about this. So talking about the key takeaways, we just witnessed like how Q was able to solve a complex problem by creating a solution where it could read files from the S3 and give answers based on those contents. And this would usually take normally it would usually take weeks, but here we witnessed how efficiently it was able to create this application within minutes. And another key point is Amazon Q is just not a code generator. It acts as an AI architect, which will help you to create the solutions and also to deploy them. And another point where Q outshines other agents is like how seamlessly it helps us to integrate AWS services within our applications. And before I end, if you have any questions, in the end we have a Q&A session. Please feel free to drop your questions in the chat. I'll be happy to answer. And with that, thanks everyone for joining, and I hope this session was informative and it inspires a lot of you to embrace Q in your day-to-day development journey. Over to you, Nanda. Thank you.
Thank you, Karthik. Thank you for that amazing demo session. To be honest, it's been exciting to explore how innovation is shaping the future of development. Now, I believe Manisha wanted to have some information shared, so I'm passing on the mic to Manisha. Thank you, Manisha.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Nadeem. Thank you, Karthik, for the amazing demo that you showed and how you can, quickly add features on your website that you build and deploy it and integrate AWS services also. So simply when I was just showing the Amazon Q CLI, right? So I just redeployed that, and now the simple website, it is deployed. So now currently this is on localhost, but you can also deploy it on Amazon EC2 or S3. So that is what I just simply wanted to show. It was not working initially, but now yeah, it is. So you can add features here with whatever you want, and like, yeah, just as everyone said, it reduces the development time from weeks or days to hours. So that is how powerful Amazon Q for you is. Now we will just go with the quiz and we'll answer any questions that you have. So yeah, thank you for your time. We will move forward to the quiz.
Thank you, Manisha.
Okay, let's start the quiz. So let me share my screen.
Now, before quiz, let's finish now. Up next, we'll be moving on to our Q&A session. So if you have any questions, now it's time to ask. So, and right after the Q&A session, we'll kick off our quiz contest. So stay tuned and stay sharp, because the top 3 winners will receive Amazon gift vouchers and prizes will be shared via email within 24 hours. So let's keep the energy up, and the best is yet to come.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Nadim. Maybe we can start with the Q&A questions.
Yes.
So yeah. So me and Manisha can handle it. So first question, I would like to take it up. So how Amazon Q developer guarantee the correctness of its generated code? I have gone through the question. So here the concern is about the correctness and accuracy of the code generated, and how bugs and like any threats can be there in the code which is generated. So yeah, to answer that, so Amazon Q is, again, developer is built on top of Amazon Bedrock. So Bedrock models are extensively trained and there are available available to generate the top best code and give the best possible answers. And that's the reason why we have other test and like review agents. So what will happen is that, let's say Q is generating your code, then you can use the test agents to create the unit test cases, and Q will run itself. It will run the test cases and it will tell you whichever test cases it's failing, it will again correct it. So it's like it will start thinking like a human, and it will generate the code, it will correct it, and it will fix. And you can use review agent to make sure that there are no security vulnerabilities or any bugs in the code. So yeah, so using all the agentic capabilities of Q, you can generate the best code which is possible. I hope that answers the question. And yeah, there is another question on security and code sensitivity, and if any sensitivity data is passed to Q. So yeah, again, to emphasis on that, as I have covered in the presentation as well. So Amazon Q Developer, like it's like a subscription way of working. Let's say you wanted to use the developer, you will get the subscription of the developer license. So it is associated with your account, with your AWS resources, and your data is within your account. So it won't go anywhere, and it's encrypted at rest and in transcript as well. So you don't need to worry about you using your data or it's exposing your data somewhere else. So there is very strict like SLA and NDA on that. We don't use your data, or we don't use it for training of models or sharing it anyway. So that is there. So you don't need to worry about that. And as I mentioned that there is another question on how Q handles secrets and sensitive data. So yeah, you don't even also worry about if you share any key API keys or anything to Q developer, because again, it's your subscription, it's your account and your resources. So your data is within your profile. So you don't need to worry about that. You can just simply allow Q to use the code context, code files, and then allow it to understand it and generate the further code. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, there's a question about difference between Amazon Q, Bolt, and Lovable also. So these are like these three different agents for different purposes. So Q is the AI assistant mainly for enhancing the productivity across the SDLC, as we were saying. And Bolt is especially it is a development framework for building Slack applications. And Lovable is it is for creating the user-centered products, where mostly the users will be the product teams. And yeah, so that's the basic difference. I think, yeah, there is few more questions, but we can move to the quiz, Anita.
Yes, yes, Manisha, Anita, I do see we have a lot of questions flowing, and due to the time constraint, we have made a note of all the questions, and we would be responding to your questions via email. So
Nadim, sorry to interrupt. So what we can do here is that, so participants at the end, there will be a feedback form. So do fill that. If you have any questions, please mention it under the use case or any queries you would like to discuss. Maybe we can revert back to you based on your email addresses. Yeah.
yes,
Thanks,
yes,
Narik.
thank you, Manisha, Anita. Now, yes, are you, Manisha, Anita, are you ready for the most awaited quiz session? Are you
Yeah.
ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yannika, mic is yours. So please go ahead.
Yes. Let me share my screen. So yeah, the quiz is focused on the presentation which we covered today. So try to answer the questions correctly. Okay, so what you can do is that I hope my screen is visible. Do scan this QR code and start joining into the quiz, or else you can also go into slido.com and enter this ID and the passcode. So you'll be joining the quiz. So yeah, now everyone can start joining the quiz. And there are exciting prizes at the end as well for the top 3 winners. Okay, then we have 41 participants, and yeah, I'm going to start the quiz now. So everyone, please be ready.
All the
So
best to you guys.
yeah, all the best, everyone. See you. Please try to answer it fast because timer is running out. So each question has the timer. Yeah, most of them answered it right. That's great.
Wow.
So yeah, this is the leaderboard of the quiz. Currently, we have Amit, and second place we have Amit Gupta, and third place we have Abhishek. Yeah, let's keep the energy up. Let's continue with the next question. We have 10 questions in total. So at the end of 10th question, we'll get to know the winners of the quiz. Yeah, again, we have 92% of the folks answering it right. That's really great. Wonderful job. And yeah, Amit is again on top, and we have Abhishek, and we have on third place Asra. Yeah, let's continue.
This is a multi-choice question.
Yes, yeah, we have most of the people answering the questions, but again, I see some answering the other options as well. Yeah, Amazon Q Developer is used like in your console to chat with your console resources and about cost and diagnose the errors. So that is how it works. So let's see the leaderboard. We have Praneeth at the top, and we have Sai Kumar, and at third we have Amit. Yeah, most of you answered it correct. So, if you have seen in the demonstration by Manisha, she have shown us the all agents which are there. So we have Dev agent, Clear, Help agent, Transform, and other agents as well. So yeah, remaining things are not the options, correct answers. So let's see the leaderboard. We have Asra, and then Praneeth, and Sai Kumar. Yes, like 60% of the folks nearly answered it correct. So as we have discussed, so Amazon QuickSight is used for building dashboards and visualizations. Q is integrated into QuickSight, and you can simply ask questions and get the dashboards and visualizations quickly built on QuickSight. Yeah, let's see the leaderboard. So yeah, again we have the same top three persons, Asra, Praneeth, and Sai Kumar. Others, please try to answer the questions correct. And still, there are five more questions. Maybe you can also get into the top three. So let's move on to the next question. Yeah, that's really amazing. 95% of the participants answered it right.
Wow.
Let's see the leaderboard. Yeah, again, we have Asra, Praneeth, and Sai Kumar. Yeah, keep up the good work, guys. Yeah, that's great. So see Amazon Bedrock. So it helps developers to like just use the foundational models in their applications and get their tasks done. So you don't manage your underlying infrastructure or anything. So you just need to use the model with an API call. So I have covered this in the presentation. Yeah, some of folks answered it as false, but the answer is true. Let's see the leaderboard, and leaderboard has changed drastically. Asra is there. We have Kiran and Prakash. All the best for the next question. Okay, there are variety of selection of options. So, but the correct answers are only A, C, and D. So why not fully automated CI/CD pipeline management is that? So Q will help you in all the phases of SDLC. So CI/CD you need to manage it, but you can manage each and every step of that. So this is completely the correct answer. So yeah. So let's see the leaderboard. Leaderboard has changed again so drastically. We have Prakash in first place, second place, Dhanvantri is there, and Asra is again there. Yeah. All the best, guys, for the next question. The correct answer is all the four options, because if you see Amazon Q developer, when it's reviewing it, it will help you understand security vulnerabilities, and it will help you fix the code so that you won't get performance bottlenecks, and also code duplications are there. It will help you refactor it. And if unused variables are there, so it will help you with that. So basically what will happen is that when you use the review agent, it will review your entire code. It will help you refactor it to fix various factors like performance issues, code duplications, unused variables, and things to improve your code quality. And apart from that, it will also check for security vulnerabilities as well. So all four options are correct for this question. So let's see the leaderboard again. We have Kiran and then Prakash and then Pradeep. So yeah, we are getting new names into the top three. So yeah, this is the last question and the deciding question to see who are the three winners of today's quiz. Let's go. All the best. Yes, that's a good job, guys. Actually, it's a little tricky question. So, yeah, Amazon SageMaker helps you like build, train, deploy your model. But where exactly you do that? It is at Amazon SageMaker Studio. So, yeah, 54% of the folks answered it right. That's a good job. So, yeah, let's finally see the leaderboard and let's see who are the winners of today's quiz. Congratulations, Kiran. We have Kiran at first place, and congratulations, Prakash. We have Prakash in the second place, and congratulations, Asra. We have her at the third place. So, congratulations, to all the winners. So, winners, please fill your email address in the chat box so we can give you Amazon gift vouchers as the prizes. Over to you, Nadim.
Thank you, Nihita. Thank you all for being a part of this amazing webinar session. And congratulations once again to the winners for today's quiz. And yes, definitely, as Nihita mentioned, we'll share your rewards via email within 24 hours. And if you have any business use case or queries, feel free to connect with me. And my information is displayed on the screen. Please make a note.
So yeah, please scan this QR code and give us the feedback for this session. Whatever the queries or use cases that you have, anything that you want to discuss or any questions that you have for us, we'll be happy to answer that. Please provide honest feedback for the session. So yeah, that will really help us improve.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can come up with more sessions like this and also help you answer your queries and build use cases on AWS. So please do fill this feedback form so we'll get detailed analysis of what next steps we can do for you all.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thanks for hosting. Good webinar, and the QA session is good. I really participated and enjoy myself. Thank you for doing it. Thanks again.